Yo, what it do, guys? It is your boy, Leo Mookie here, back with you with another new part of What If Asta Can Summon Epic Heroes. This is part 2, and I can already tell that it didn't get a lot of reception. Not surprising, Epic 7 isn't really a popular mobile game, and I also made it a what if for that of a Black Clover what if too. And given that my Black Clover videos don't get that much traction, not surprising. But even so, I still want to give it a shot, and I really think it'd be interesting. As for the last part, don't worry, I was finally able to, do my research during the same time that I was writing the script for part 1. So now, I am a lot more knowledgeable, and I looked through that of the past chapters of Epic 7. So now I'll make things will be a lot more easier. So at any rate, let's go through that of a quick recap. Asta, just like always, starts off as magicless, and unlike that of original canon, where Asta normally works out to help him grow stronger and stronger even without magic. Him basically working out is more of a coping mechanism to feel a lot more comfort from the lack of having no magic after all. Even the ridicule, insults, and taunts get to him a lot more easier as well. But even so, Asta does gain a grimoire, but not just one, but 2. One grimoire being special while the other one being a 5-leaf clover one. But the special one, otherwise known as the Book of the Covenant, allows him to summon heroes from another world, at being 6 heroes. As these 6 heroes now serve Asta. So, with all that said, let's get into this, shall we, guys? Right after Asta and Yuno arrive back at the church orphanage, let's just say both Sister Lily, the father, and alongside many of their, orphan siblings were pretty shocked and surprised to see that of the small crowd of people following that of Yuno and Asta. However, it was kind of overshadowed the fact that Asta not only has 1 grimoire, but also 2 grimoires actually, with many of Asta's siblings were even caught off guard, with a few of them even making comments that Asta has more than 1 grimoire, making him somewhat cooler than Yuno. With Asta hearing this, he couldn't help but have that of a quite inflated ego being complimented and saying that he's better at Yuno for something. However, Yuno having that of a blank look on his face, but internally he kind of took that as that of an insult, but only slightly. He didn't voice his opinions, but internally he was kind of pissed. Within, soon, the father, alongside that of Sister Lily, come to that of their new mysterious guests. With then, soon, Mercedes, alongside that of Karin, also basically speak to that of both the caretakers of the church orphanage, explaining that they were summoned by that of Asta, and that they now work/serve him now, but not as slaves. As they still have as their own free will, they just want to help Asta achieve his goals now, after all, since in a way, they're basically aspects of his own magic from his grimoire, being the unique one that he got from the ceremony. Hearing this, the father couldn't help but be quite impressed, if anything. Always knew that Asta would be special, but even without magic. But finding out that he has a unique form of magic that allows him to summon that of powerful beings, proving that both Yuno and Asta will do great things in the future. However, Sister Lily, on the other hand, couldn't help but feel at least a little bit worried. Again, she's basically looked after both Yuno and Asta ever since that they were basically babies, to be honest. So finding out that, Asta has a unique ability to summon complete and total strangers, especially given that she has the ability to sense that of magic, and especially sensing each and every one of them, all of these strangers whose magic power is completely off the charts, especially three of them, as she looks directly at that of Mercedes, Angelica, and Senya as well, as these three are basically, mana levels are basically off the charts, which made Sister Lily basically weary around these three. Hell, even that Shirya, the only guy of the group, with that, as it's a little bit unnerving seeing that of the mysterious weapon that he has on his shoulders being his musket after all, as even though she is that of a member of that of the faith, and she's still a former magic knight and can't help but feel at least a little bit suspicious of the supposed summons of Asta, hoping nothing bad happens to him after all. Several weeks later, soon, the 6 summons of Asta now began to explain on where they originally come from, or rather, how did they end up getting here, to be honest. As they originally come from that of the lands of Orbis, originally the lands composed of the former god of nature, Orbis. His corpse was soon created that of a whole new world, thanks to that of the goddess of life, Diche, because of her care and love for that of the lands. Humanity, alongside many other races, began to flourish. A new world was basically created by that of the death of one god and the love of another god, of one goddess. However, because many gods wanted DJ to return to that of the Holy Realm to continue their fight against the primordial god of darkness. So, because of this, many gods forced to even turning that of one minor god to become so obsessed to bringing back DJ back to their fold that this god soon created that of the Archdemon. The Archdemon would basically wreak havoc on the lands of Orbis, destroying, killing, and basically trying to obliterate the world as a whole. However, DJ would not allow this, would not allow the lands that she has basically allowed to prosper, the lands that she wanted to continue, the world that she wanted to see continue of that of her former love after all. So, she created that of a special human, a human that would basically rally all of the races and the people of this world. They would soon call him the heir of the covenant, as he would rally other heirs who would also be tied to that of the many gods who live on that of the lands of Orbis, alongside of its ancient guardians, to defeat and rally to destroy the Archdemon once and for all. However, let's just say it was easier said than done, as every time that the heir defeats the Archdemon comes back, and the Archdemon either defeats the heir, causing them to die, but not truly die, but go into that of a rejuvenation coma. Basically, think of it as the same way as how Superman basically revived from being killed by Doomsday, but not technically dead, just recovering. However, DJ, on the other hand, every time when she revives that of air, she basically constantly weakens herself. Her power of life continues to dwindle by each reincarnation of the heir of covenants. During his 7th reincarnation, the current heir, or rather Rez as he would be known as, took longer to revive, almost that of 20 years for him to be revived during the 7th revival of the Archdemon, as this would be the seventh battle between the heir and the Archdemon, which caused because he took so long to be revived this time, many of the current heirs, just like him, despised him alongside the people as well, the nations too, and even many of the other races. Some still revered him and still cared for him as well, and honored him, while others despised him, hated him, and basically wanted him gone. As for those 20 years, it was basically nothing but hell for everybody. But even after all those moments, even after all of the persecution, the heir succeeded and finally put an end to that of the archdemon. But that was only one. However, that was only one side of the story, which will be told another time. As the person explaining all of this was Mercedes, with then Asta alongside that of Yuno, as they both were completely caught off guard. Hell, even Yuno, normally always having that of his stoic, not really caring look, actually showing that of a bit of emotions, with then soon Karin saying, "Now you know the reason why." To find out that you have the Book of the Covenant, Sir Asta, proves that there's no need for the heir. There's no need for an heir anymore. There's no need for many heroes to be called in to save the world of Orbis any longer. Which then soon Angelica soon speaks up saying, "But even so, the archdemon, or rather, maybe fragments of him still exist. Still, well, are part of this world by any chance? If so, then maybe we are still needed. Same as the heir." As then Asta saying, "Wait, maybe," with soon being caught off guard by that, Shuri saying, "Honestly, I hope not. As much as I like doing my job or helping people for a good cause," as he basically does air quotes, saying, "I really don't want to deal with that of another archdemon. Hell, everyone has gone through hell enough. I don't think we need to deal with another living hell on Earth." As then us saying, well, you see," but then Senya speaking up saying, "Nonsense, Shuri. Even if we may not be needed in that of Orbis any longer, many of us still have our duties, especially me as that of a dragon knight, to slay all dragons who cause nothing but chaos." With then, saying, "Miss Senya, was it? We don't have dragons. Well, we have dragon spirits, especially those tied to that of magic. But other than that, we do not deal with dragons. There may be some dragon-like creatures, but there are no dragons." Senya hearing this saying, "No dragons? Are you really mean that there are no dragons here?" With then grabbing onto Yuno's shoulders, "Please tell me you are telling the truth." With then soon feeling that she has that of a tight grip, with then soon Yuno saying, "You're crushing my shoulders." With then realizing what she's doing, saying, "My apologies." With then soon us saying, "Can you all stop speaking over me and let me explain?" With then Asta having that of a frustrated, annoyed, and somewhat irritated look on his face. With then soon Tyria saying, "About time you spoke up, Sir Asta. Now go on, explain." With then soon us saying, "But why didn't you speak up for me?" "Why should I?" With then soon both of them blink at each other before Asta couldn't help but slump down before saying, "Okay, whatever." Before Asta begins to explain about how the Clover Kingdom dealt with that of an immense and huge demon that nearly wiped out the Clover Kingdom about that of 100 years ago. It was soon stopped by that of the original, or the first, Wizard King of the Clover Kingdom. As being the hero who saved everybody, his legacy lives on, with even the title of Wizard King being passed on from generations and generations. And Hodge Village, basically, where the last remains of the powerful demon, basically reminds here, it's art to many of us here. It is our, especially to me, it is our destiny, or my destiny, to become the next Wizard King. No one else can. But then, saying, besides me. With then Asta getting annoyed, saying, "Did you really have to ruin my moment, you know?" Saying, "I just don't want you getting a big head any more than you already have." With then, dude, getting more and more annoyed, as then Mercedes, not having that of a forced smile, couldn't help but actually smile at that of the relationship between that of her new master and that of his supposed brother, with then soon Asta getting annoyed before seeing that of Mercedes smile with just that of a glance, as he couldn't help but actually have that of a happy expression, saying, "Hey, Mercedes, you actually smiled," saying, "Huh? Oh, did I? I did not notice." Saying, it was a natural one, and it actually looked nice." With then, hearing the compliment, Mercedes actually couldn't help but honestly blush, even though she didn't look like she showed much expression before basically bowing her head, saying, "Thank you, Master Asta. I appreciate the compliment." With then, soon, but then Shuri speaking, saying, "Smooth moves there. I'm guessing you're quite the lady killer then, isn't that right, Asta?" Saying, "Huh? What are you talking about? I still haven't even got a chance to ask Sister Lily out, and she still hasn't accepted my marriage." With then, soon, all of them couldn't help but actually be shocked and surprised. Before then, Senya speaking up, saying, "You have proposed to that of Sister Lily? You have proposed to that of a woman of the cloth?" With then Angelica speaking, saying, "That is scandalous. It's truly wrong. It goes against all faith of those who would devote themselves to that of their Lord, after all. How could you force a woman to choose between her faith or that of true love and comfort? That is truly wrong of you, Lord Asta." With then Asta actually feeling somewhat attacked here, saying, "Hey, what did I do? I just truly love Sister Lily and I wish to marry her." With then soon Karen actually going to that of Yuno, saying, "Is he truly serious?" Saying, the first moment that he saw Sister Lily, he basically said that she is the most beautiful woman in the world and said that he wishes to marry her. It was on the very first day that Asta and I first met her, actually. So yes, he's basically been at this ever since we were basically 3 years old. With then soon Karen saying, "I see. So he's basically obsessed with her. I don't believe that Asta is truly in love with her." With then soon, saying, "No. Why you say that?" Saying, "Because I know what true love looks like. The thing that I believe that our Lord Asta may be experiencing is most likely just a mere crush. Something that it seems that he hasn't properly grown out of." With then soon, saying, "That's what I expected too." Looking back at Asta as he's basically talking with that of Shuri and Mercedes alongside that of Angelica. Soon, Senya actually speaks up, saying, "Sir Asta," within placing her hands on that of the short 14-year-old. Within, Asta actually blinking, saying, "Sir Asta, I truly feel your pain." With then, suit, everybody is completely and utterly caught off guard. Within Senya saying, "To want love from one who refuses to requite it, to reciprocate it, it only hurts, but it's true passion. I can only understand how you feel. It's just like many of the romantic novels I used to read." With then, soon Asta having that of a deadpan and confused look on his face, as all he could say is, "Huh?" With then, soon, Senya saying, It's truly seeing on one of the romantic novels I used to read back in my world. As a young man pining for the love of a fair maiden. A maiden who only sees that man as that of a true friend, but not as that of a lover. But however, he continues to try over and over and over again, in which every attempt always ends in failure. But he never gives up and always tries. Within hearing this, Asta, not really too fond of that of romance novels or even reading in general, unless it involves that of getting stronger, within basically just getting more curious, hoping that the story has that of a happy ending and possibly he'll get the same happy ending with that of Sister Lily. Within soon, Asta, curious and having that of a hopeful look on his face, saying, "Tell me, Senya, right? Tell me. How does it end? Does he end up getting the love of his life?" As then, the silver-haired Dragon Knight saying, "Oh, no, she ends up actually finding love with somebody else." And just hearing that, you could actually feel like like all of Asta just shattered entirely. Not on the outside, but mostly internally. With Shiria basically saying, "Ouch, that's gotta hurt." With the Tyria speaking, saying, "Indeed, even I had to say that's quite cruel, to build up his confidence before being shattered. Truly, Senya, you are quite cruel for somebody who is supposedly kind." With then saying, "What? But all I did was just tell him on how the story ends. But even so, turns out he was never truly in love with her. All he just wishes to give her that of a happy life. But finding out that she does live a life of happiness in the very end, that's all that matters. It's still romantic, just not in the way of, well, finding the two main characters falling in love together." With then soon hearing that, Asta begins thinking, "Wait, really?" With soon saying, "Yeah. But although, if you like, I could possibly hope maybe you and maybe some others can help me find that of a story where maybe the main characters end up getting together, and then I can actually tell you the experiences from that." With then soon, Asta begins thinking eternally as he's basically completely quiet, which making at least a little of them go on edge, especially Yuno. With then soon, Yuno saying, "Asta, are you okay?" With then soon, us saying, "Huh? Oh, yeah, totally. I'm absolutely fine. Just thinking, that's all." Anyway, you guys told me about where you guys come from, and we told you about our world as well. And you did say you guys wanted to help me out and improve and help me in my dream of becoming Wizard King. So what can you guys do to help me improve? With that, soon, Tyria basically speaking, saying, "I can help you get stronger. Seeing that weird, unique sword of yours, I would love to test your mettle against that blade. Doing so will give you that of the combat experiences of facing against that of a warrior. And just as you told us, you plan on becoming that of a magic knight, which is that of the law enforcement of your world. As a bounty hunter, it's my duty to basically put away that of criminal scum, and allow me to aid you by helping you get stronger to put away such deplorable degenerates such as that man from that of a couple weeks ago." With then, soon, hearing that, us saying, "Thanks, dear. Really appreciate the confidence that you have in me and willing to help me out." With then, soon, Kyrene clearing that of her throat, saying, "Well, I guess since I'm here, it only seems natural for me to help out as well. I can tell that the way that I saw you about a couple of days ago when you were, well, working out," as she begins to blush, remembering on how freaking athletic and how damn swole for somebody of the height of Asta, she couldn't help but blush remembering him. Within saying, "And you're quite fast, but I am known to be quite quick on my feet as well. I wish to see, if you would like, I could help you improve that of your stamina and help you get stronger in that of long distance running. If you will have me, Sir Lord Asta." With then soon us saying, "Yeah, thanks, Karen. Also, I would really want to see that sword of yours. I'd never seen such a weird blade." Within Karen saying, "Weird blade? It's just a katana. Everyone in that of the lands of knows about knows about what my sword is. Do you all not know what a katana looks like? With Asta and Yuno basically shaking their heads, with that they basically never seen a sword like that of Kairin's katana. Within Shiri saying, I can understand you guys not knowing what my rifle is. That's totally understandable. But not knowing on what a katana is. By any chance, is the Clover Kingdom known to be that of a closed-off kingdom by any chance? Or basically not allowing any other people from other nations? With then, soon, Asta was basically thinking, as he's already drawn a blank, but still wants to figure something, but still tries to think of something, before Yuno speaking up saying, well, the Clover Kingdom is basically separated in that of 3 realms, or rather 3 territories. For us, we are here. The commoners live in that of the Forsaken Realm and that of the Common Realm. The Forsaken Realm is basically what you would call that of the countryside or the outlands, basically on where you would see that of undeveloped, frontier space and all that. It's also the realm that's the outer layers of the Clover Kingdoms, where you can enter that of the borders. There's also that of the common realms, which are normally large towns and cities from all across that of the Clover Kingdom. It's mainly on where people from that of Hajj always goes to when people come of age, especially us from here in the orphanage. And then you have that of the noble realm, where you mainly see that, where it's mainly located to be that of the Clover Kingdom capital and many that of developed cities, alongside that of the capital, where all nobles and even where that of the true king and monarchy of the Clover Kingdom, alongside that of the Wizard King and the Magic Knight squads are HQ is at as well. With then soon us saying, wow, you know so much, Yuno? Saying, I'm not an idiot, Asta. This is stuff that basically everybody knows. With then, dude, Asta getting annoyed, being insulted, saying, seriously, and I just forgot. I would have told them. Within, Yuno saying, no, you wouldn't. Within, Cheers saying, I am so glad that you are here, Yuno. If we asked Asta all this stuff, he most likely would have given us half-ass answers that we would basically be here almost all day. With then soon us saying, hey! With then Cherry saying, sorry but not sorry, boss. You know it's true. But even so, a job is a job. As for me, I can help you improve as well, mainly your reaction time. With then soon us saying, my reaction time? Saying, yeah. Sure, you may be fast, and I've seen it, but your perception of basically being able to take a hit and being able to sense when you're about to get hit needs some work, and I mean that definitely. So that would be my job. I'll help you improve that of your perception of danger and sensing attacks coming straight at you, so you won't have to die. So you don't always have to feel like you're running away from attacks or you have to keep on tanking attacks. Just because you have a muscular and probably tough body doesn't mean you always have to get hit. There are times when you need to take a hit and times when you don't need to take a hit. And the times when you don't need to take a hit can always be the struggle between life and death. With then soon hearing this, Asta begins to think that Shira is right. That he does need to, not to be too risky after all. Within hearing all this, soon us saying, thanks, guys, for trying to help me out. And I promise, all the hard work you guys put me through, I won't let it go to waste. With that, soon, all of them couldn't help but smile. With even Yuno couldn't help but smile, saying, well then, that's good to hear. And since we finally explained the situation to them and about our world, we got nothing else to worry about. Now, if you excuse me, I need to get in some practice explaining all of this and being around all of this craziness has basically cut into my training time. See you all at dinner. With that, Yuno soon leaves that of the room that they were in for a bit. With then Senya saying, "Okay, Tyria, Sir Asta, should we not go out to train right here and now?" With then soon Tyria saying, "Best to get started now while there's daylight. I would love to let's do this." With as for her to for Tyria to actually be seen that of calm, cool, and collective, but when she seems like she's ready for battle, she seems a lot more fired up. Within Cheria speaking, as through only his one good eye, he's saying, "I just had to be on a team full of that of battle-hungry maniacs. And a homunculus, too. Especially with the person who basically contracted me as well. Great. This is going to be one long-ass journey." After saying those comments, Mercedes, who actually is a homunculus, couldn't help but feel somewhat attacked at that, but is kind of used to persecutions such as this, given that homunculus cannot be trusted in the lands of Ordis after all. Months have now passed since Asta started training with that of his heroes, with working with that of Tyria and Senya. Asta actually is developing a lot more with fighting that of actual people, especially people whose strength even surpasses his, as when fighting against Tyria, she basically holds nothing back, especially with that of her special halberd after all. She as showing that she's more than just a pretty face, but can also pack one hell of a punch as well. For Asta, he constantly has to find ways to block, defend, and basically strike at the perfect time, which, given that he's never actually he's never truly trained with that of a sword before, kind of makes a lot of sense. When going against that of Senya, on the other hand, she holds herself back way too much, mainly not to hurt Asta, given that she is a dragon knight, considered one of the strongest warriors in all of the land of Ordines after all. She has to make sure not to hurt people. Her true strength only is needed when facing against her true foes, her true arch enemies, the dragons. When finding out about that, well, Syria has always been holding back against that of Asta. She's saying that she will never hurt that of an innocent human. That her true strength and power must only be aimed at her sworn enemies, dragons. With Asta being curious, asking why, within Senya basically explaining her past, that her entire village, her home, her family was burned down and killed by that of dragons. Soon she was taken in by that of the Order, trained to be a dragon knight, and soon swore vengeance on all dragons. Hell, even on those who are basically half dragons, or dragons who have taken on human forms to live among humans. It doesn't matter if they're innocent or not. If they are a dragon, then she will show no mercy to them. With then Tyr hearing this, especially that of the others too, thinking that she is just letting her vengeance consume her, until Asta made a comment saying, "If you do that, you're basically no better than the dragons who senselessly killed your family." With then, soon, hearing that, Senya was completely and utterly enraged, saying that the one person who summoned her, who could have been pure of heart, basically tells her that. But then Asta basically explaining, hell, surprisingly logically from somebody like him, that vengeance will not bring back the people she lost, and killing supposed half dragons and dragons who just want to live normal and happy lives ain't going to bring them back either. She's just going to make more and more people suffer, especially mourning the death of those who actually do care about those dragons after all. With that, Senya actually coming to that realization, she kind of broke down for at least that of a few days or so, constantly crying while also registering about her life. With Then soon, actually, since then, she actually began to see Asta in that of a new light than just the person that she's now made a contract with. Sees him more almost like the perfect person to make sure to keep her in line in case her vengeance or her hatred basically clouds her judgment after all. And possibly even more than that. But who can say? As for his training with that of Karin and Shira as well, with focusing more on endurance training with that of his speed instead of just working out his legs and all that, Asta realized that he has plenty of stamina, and I mean a lot, but he's basically wasteful with that stamina after all. Instead of finding the perfect time to conserve that energy and use it more effectively in combat. It's because of that Karin's become is trying to become one of the best female swordsmen back in Orlais, just like that of her idol. It's why she practices day in and day out with that of her katana, to focus more on that of quick, precise, and accurate slashes and strikes onto her foes instead of wasting time trying to just brute force them and beat them down whenever she can. That's far from her style. Unfortunately, Karin's style doesn't fit Asta's fighting style after all, since he is nothing but brute force and power. But it also, heck, and given that his Demon Slayer sword isn't really a katana-based weapon, none of her techniques Asta can basically copy unless he gets a katana of his own. Let's just say Asta was completely utterly down for at least a good few hours or so. But even so, it didn't, stop him then and there. Spending time with Asta, Karin seeing Asta more like that of a little brother figure, to be honest. Wanting to help him improve and give him more of a fighting chance to help him achieve his dream. Seeing that he basically was born with no magic, asking around that of the orphanage, Hodge Village, and many other people who know that of Asta, she realized that he's had that of a rough life. If any, and to be honest, she's not going to be completely and utterly biased. If she lived in the current world that she is now with that of Asta and the others, she might have also felt the exact same way that many other people saw that of Asta, possibly just useless, which frustrates her, to be honest. Not to basically get a chance to get to know him just because he didn't have magic. To make sure to feel less guilty and to overcome that of Asta's, lack of magical power, to help him improve in that of technique and as well. As for Shira, just like he said, he wants to help Asta improve in that of trying to make sure to dodge properly and to know when to take a hit. Best way to do this? Constantly getting shot by that of Shuri all the time. Even with that of his enhanced speed, he's still constantly getting shot by Shuri. Given that even with that of one good eye, which makes it easier for him to actually make a shot, to be honest, can predict and accurately shoot on where Asta's going to be. It's a good thing that he's holding back each and every one of his magical shots from his musket. Then let's just say Asta would be in some huge amount of trouble. Shuri getting annoyed that Asta is just constantly running away and just trying to dodge any shot that he hears. But it doesn't help like that. He needs to make sure to sense the shots, perfect them. And just because he can't sense and basically feel magic doesn't mean he can't feel when he's about to get hit. It's just that of a sense. Not a magical sense, just a physical sense. He needs to just notice that, and then he can properly dodge it. After hearing that, soon, Asta begins to take that of deep breaths, prepare himself on when he's going to get shot. With that, Shirya realized that Asta's body has actually changed a little bit. That it seems a lot less tense and a lot more looser. Within preparing that of another shot. After that, Asta was able to dodge. But then, Shuri actually couldn't help but smirk. before he begins to make more and more shots, with Asta begin dodging each and every one. With then, he couldn't help but smile, saying, "Nice work, boss." Should I basically burst his bubble, telling him that I've been holding back each and every one of my shots? Nah, no need to. Dude's still a newbie. I'll basically shatter his perception of him, of knowing real danger when he gets stronger. Nothing's more fun than that. Oh God, I'm being way too cruel for my own good. As Sherry goes to this mental dilemma, what of that of Angelica and that of Mercedes? Well, for Angelica, her main duty is basically to help heal up Asta, depending on how much damage he basically goes through from that of his sparring sessions. And just as I said before, none of them hold back, so he has to be healed quite a bit by Angelica. But when she's not healing, she helps out around that of the church orphanage, helping take care of that of the kids, also helping with Sister Lily and the father as well. She's kind of became that of a member of the family without even realizing it. Also, as for her duties, as that being part of the church, she's also been well received by those of the main religion of the Clover Kingdom after all. Given that she is the high priestess of that of the Order of the Blue Cross back into that of the lands of Ordis after all. She is, and given that of her youthful appearance, she is well beloved, to be honest. But when it comes to that of keeping that of faith, she does take it seriously and makes sure that everybody takes that of keeping their faith intact after all. No exceptions. But she doesn't force that on Asta though. Given that he was born in that of the church orphanage after all, he knows better, as she likes to think. As for Mercedes, on the other hand, she's not really good at many of the doing that of the chores across that of the orphanage church, to be honest. And it's mainly because since she's that of a, homunculus that was mainly made for combat after all, daily work around chores is not what she's good at. But even after being not so good at doing that of day-to-day chores and working around that of the orphanage, she's still kind of beloved around that of everybody in Hodge, especially to Asta, as for some reason he can't help but thank Mercedes for even just trying to help out in any way she can. Just knowing that she's at least trying shows that she does care, and he's thankful for her for that. And little did Asta know, or even anyone else, since Mercedes kinda is attached to people, to those that show her any true form of kindness, compassion, and love, she becomes truly attached and loyal to them, even falling for them as well. And the first person that being was Asta, of course. So since then, she tries her best to make everything work out, at least try and to prove to Asta that she can be useful outside of just combat and fighting to protect him. Even deciding to bring him lunches when he's sparring and training after all. Several months later, soon, while Asta is basically trying to practice new sword swings with that of his Demon Slayer sword, he's soon being watched by a specific man, a red-haired man that actually lives out in the outskirts of Hodge Village, in the forest. This being Fonzel, or Fonzel Krueger, or just Krueger, as he prefers to being called by his last name after all. As he's quite interested in Asta's swordsmanship, realizing that he is quite the beginner, but seeing that he's actually trying to use that of proper techniques, but still not that good at it, Krueger decides to help out Asta and improve in his swordsmanship by teaching him on how to properly hold, grip, and basically train each and every one of his swings. Given that he uses that of a heavy sword, so being the Demon Slayer sword, being able to use that of the sword to basically deal that of powerful attacks, strikes, and even parries and counters is best to do so. But the best chance he gets with a sword like that is mainly just to use it for guarding instead of mainly that of attacking. Even if it is huge and can possibly hurt people quite a bit, no need to use that of a heavy sword just for that of offense alone. Asta, hearing this, actually remembers that Tyria, alongside that of Kairin, also said the exact same thing as well. That his Demon Slayer sword may be a powerful weapon, given on how large it is, but its size should be more useful in that of defense instead of offense. Hearing this from Krueger, Asta decides to take his words with that of more seriousness, even asking him if he knows any defensive swings that could help him out with the sword that he has. Hearing all of the enthusiasm, Krueger couldn't help but actually smile, remembering him of good times when he used to train that of his cadets and students, after all, back in the Diamond Kingdom, since he is a former Diamond Kingdom mage, which inspires him to basically help Asta improve himself even more. However, during this time when he's training with that of Krueger, many of his summons found out about this, mainly that of Mercedes, Angelica, and that of, Senya as well. They did tell the others about this, but seeing that Asta hasn't got himself hurt and the man Krueger hasn't done anything to hurt Asta as well, meaning that they don't need to worry about him. But even so, both Mercedes and Senya basically try to keep an eye on Asta from time to time when he goes and visit him for his sparring, for that of his swordsman training, after all. But even so, they got nothing to worry about and realize that he is a good man. After finishing up his training sessions and the months have now gone by, it's now time for both Yuno and Asta and the rest to head to the Noble Realm in the Clover Kingdom capital for the Magic Night exam, as everybody is basically seeing them all off. With many of the kids from the orphanage, it is quite sad that both Yuno and Asta are leaving, especially that of Angelica and Mercedes, alongside the rest too, as they've just became just as much as part of the family of the orphanage and the rest of Hajj as well. But even so, this was what Asta and Yuno wanted from the very beginning. That this is what their dream and their hard work has led to. That the two of them will become Magic Knights as they work hard to become the Wizard King. And that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please tell me what you guys think in the comments below. Love to read them. So, for all you guys who haven't played Epic 7 and don't know much about it, you now know at least that of a quick rough draft about that of the game, after all. As for the relationships that they have with that of Asta, you see, both Angelica and Kairin seeing that of Asta like that of a brother. Shuri feels the exact same way as well, but he wouldn't actually spit out and say it, to be honest. Tyria, on the other hand, just sees Asta as her employer, to be fair, but isn't afraid to, help to be worried about him from time to time. As for that of Senya and Mercedes, Mercedes is basically falling head over heels over Asta because he has shown her true kindness and has not persecuted her due to her being a homunculus. As for Senya, she may have feelings for Asta, but she's not completely sure about it. But like I said, who could say? Sorry I went quick about this, but I want to get straight into that of the Magic Night exam as soon as I can. And I had to go past a lot of things. So at any rate, if you guys like this, please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell notification to keep to date my videos when I upload on the channel. Also, please check out my Discord, my gaming channel, my side channel, my other channel, my Cash App, and my Patreon. All link in the description below. So, with all that said, this is Leon Mookie, signing out. Later, guys, and I hope you all take care. Shiro Kitsune, all yours, my lady.
Hi everyone, this is White Fox. If you liked Leon's video, click the video on the left to see the most recent one. And if you want to see more of this, click the subscribe button and notification bell and check out his playlists. If you still haven't subscribed, do so in the center. With that said, I hope to see you again on my love's channel. Bye!